Alright guys, so we're in the gym for this one. Things are going to be a little bit different this time. So probably one of the biggest questions I get asked is, how do you do the basics of kettlebell training? Well, there's three big moves with kettlebells. It's the swing, the clean, and the snatch. And today, I'm going to walk you through all three, all the progressions, all the different variations that you can do, so that way you can get better at moving around, looking all cool, and enjoying your training how you're supposed to, and then progress, obviously, to more advanced movements. So let's get started. All right, so we're here with our kettlebell. Everything's set up. The first move we're gonna go over is gonna be the swing. So the swing is not a squat, it is a hinge. So just like a deadlift, just like an RDL, you're gonna drive your hips back, you're gonna load your hamstrings, and you're gonna bring it right back up. It's really that easy. So when you think of a swing, think of it almost like jump, but without your feet leaving the ground. So you drive back, and you drive forward. Back and forward. Back and forward. Squeeze your butt cheeks, squeeze your quads, jump without leaving the ground. So the best way to start this off, you're gonna take about a shoulder width stance, put the bell about a foot in front of you. You're gonna drive your hips back, grab the kettlebell, pull your lats in just like you're doing a deadlift, and you're gonna hike the bell. Just a nice, casual little hike. Just like you're hiking a football, except your hips shouldn't raise. All right, so now that you've done some of those, check it out from the side. The bell's about a foot in front of you. Remember, push your hips back, load your hammies, pack your lats, and hike the bell. Whee! Just a casual little hike. All right, so back from the front. Now we're gonna do the full swing. So with the full swing, you're gonna want the bell to literally float at the top. So you're essentially transferring power from horizontal to vertical. So you're driving your hips forward, and you're also pushing that bell up to an arc where it kind of floats right about here. So you should technically be able to let go at the top. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna try not to start sweating like crazy. We'll see how this goes. All right, so remember, you're gonna stand about a foot back, pack your lats, bring it to your crotch, and just swing. So as you can see, I'm just driving my hips back. I'm not squatting much, just a little bit of knee bend. And when I get to the top, you can see my fingers letting go. Look, it's floating. Oh wow, it's like a cool magic trick. So the same thing from the side, hips back, load your hamstrings, pack your lats, you're about a foot behind the bell, bring it to your crotch, and let her float. Whee! Remember, getting that rhythm, drive your butt back, extend those quads, pretend like you're jumping, but you're not really jumping. Let the bell float at the top, and when you see the bell floating at the top, you know you're doing it right. Woo! I'm already sweating and we just got started. How cool is that? All right, another big one that I see with kettlebell swings is a lot of people have a tendency to overarch, so they'll hyperextend their lower back. So when you're standing up at the top of a kettlebell swing, you literally just want to be upright. Your shoulders are back, the bell should be about vertical, depending on how heavy it is. Your arms are either locked out or just slightly bent with that bell floating at the top. You shouldn't be here. You should be here. So think of everything neutral. Pretend like a string is like pulling your head straight up and you're extended all the way. You're not hyperextended, you're just extended. If you squeeze your cheeks and you squeeze your quads, it's really hard to hyperextend. So think about that. So real quick example. So this is what it should look like. This is what it shouldn't look like. Anyways, that's that. Now let's move on to a single arm swing. All right, the second variation of a swing is gonna be a single arm swing. So it's literally the same thing as a two-handed swing. The only difference is you're one-handed. So start the same way. Bell's gonna be cocked a little sideways like this. You're gonna grab it with one hand, literally a foot in front of you still. Remember, load your hamstrings, pull that shoulder back still, and you're gonna swing. Woo! You should still be able to let go or loosen your grip at the top. Try not to let your shoulder rotate forward like this. Try to keep everything locked in place. And if you want to, You can even work on your momentum by swinging that other arm back. Whee! And then once you get good at it, you can start switching side to side. Woo! Yee! All right, so let's do the same thing from the side. I'm getting hot. All right, so the bell's about a foot in front of you. Drive your hips back, load your hammies, grab the bell, lock your lat in, and swing. Whee! Woo! Once you get comfortable with that, you can literally switch back and forth. You guys hear me? Breathing really heavy. I apologize. But the same thing applies. Drive your hips back, use your quads to move the weight up. Let the bell float at the top, and switch hands. Woo, baby. All right, so the next exercise on the list is gonna be a clean. So the very basic version of the clean is gonna be the two-hand clean. You're gonna start with the weight between your feet, literally right underneath you. You're gonna sit down into it just like you are in your swing, grab the handle, pack your lats, and you're gonna explode up and catch the bell right in front of your chest. So back to the floor, little jump this time, catch the bell. So all your power is in your hips. So it's literally an explosive movement. You're gonna have triple extension, so you're gonna have hips, knees, ankles, all at the same time, jump up, catch the bell. Literally just moving the bell from the floor straight up to the front of your chest. So one of the biggest things I see with this is a lot of people have a tendency to roll their shoulders forward, and they'll put a lot of pressure on their low back, and they'll try to just muscle the weight up. You don't want to muscle the weight up. You want that weight to literally float up to the goblet position. So you start here, just like everything else, load your hamstrings, pull your shoulders back, and you have to be explosive. I don't care if the weight's lighter or heavier, you should treat all the weight the same and be explosive with it. So let's do the same thing from the side. So the weight is between your feet. You're gonna drive your hips back, load your hamstrings, pack your lats, and think about jumping. So, whoop, back to the floor, whoop. None of this. No rounding your back. That's sloppy. You want to lock everything in place, be athletic, and explode, catch the weight up. It's really that simple. And now we'll switch over to the swing clean. Okay, so we've done the standard version of the two-hand clean, and now we're gonna do a swing clean. A swing clean, I think it's a little bit easier because you can move a little bit more weight. It's not coming from a dead position, so you're actually getting a little bit of momentum like you had with the swing to bring the weight up into the goblet position. So you're gonna start literally the same way. Pretty much all of these moves are gonna be the exact same setup. So you're gonna stand about shoulder width apart. You're gonna drive your hips back. That bell's here, just like you were when you set up for the swing. The only difference is you're gonna hike it up, and then you're gonna bring it up to the front of your chest. So back between the legs and back to the floor, swing it up, bring it to the top of your chest. The difference between the swing and the swing clean or the swing snatch is you're gonna actually get up on your toes when you're doing the clean and the snatch. So with the swing, you want your feet grounded. You wanna keep all that pressure on the ground, dig your feet into the ground because you want a solid anchor, because you don't wanna come off the ground because that weight will pull you forward or it'll mess up your momentum if you're doing that. With the clean, it's okay to pop up a little bit. So swing it, little jump. Little jump, little jump. Look, we're jumping. Boom. Now if you do that with a swing, you're gonna lose your balance, and you're probably gonna teeter forward, so don't do that. So let's do this two-hand swing clean from the side now. So remember, the weight's about a foot in front of you, driving your hips back, starting to get the gist of this. Back your lats, bring it to your crotch. Little hop. Wow, look at us, we're learning. Wow. and then back to the floor. All right, now that we've gone over the two-handed clean, we're gonna do a single arm clean. This just happens to be my favorite exercise because you can use it to transition to like a whole bunch of different movements. In my opinion, this is like one of the go-to must-learns, like really good technique, and learn how to go heavy with this move. The way you're gonna start this one is literally the same way as you've done all the other ones. You're gonna stand with your feet shoulder width apart. You're gonna drive those little hippies back. You're gonna grab the inside corner of this kettlebell and you're gonna explode up. So that bell should rotate in your hand. So you want to slightly loosen your grip. You'll notice I'm opening my hand a little bit. As you're driving that weight up, you wanna keep your elbow close to your side. Don't let it get really far away because then it'll smack your elbow in your shoulder. It should be a straight vertical path from the floor. So let's see it from the side. We're gonna do the left side this time. We ain't trying to work out the right side too much. All right, so the same thing. Weight is between your feet. I like to sometimes start with it a little bit back. I just like the trajectory of it. It feels a little bit smoother. Who was it that taught me that? I forgot what it was. Anyways, if you want to, you can move it back just a little bit. Have a tendency to kind of lean back, drive it forward anyways. It's not a perfect vertical path, but it's pretty close. So you're gonna start with your feet shoulder width apart. You're gonna drive your hips back, grab the inside corner of that bell, pack your lat, and explode up. Back to the floor, and explode up. One of the biggest things you want to think about is keeping your arm close to your side. I think of it like a T-Rex, so don't let your elbow get away from you, don't let the weight get away from you. You want to keep the weight very close. So you're coming up, driving your hand back, loosening your grip a little bit, and then catching the bell on the top. You're starting with the weight between your feet. Grab the inside corner of that bell, nice and smooth. If you're slamming your forearm, if you're slamming your wrist, then you're letting the weight get too far away, not keeping your elbow tucked into your side. So one more time from the side. Boom, nice and smooth. And when you're in front rack, don't hold your bell right here. You don't want to hold the kettlebell right here because you're gonna put a lot of stress on your shoulder and it ain't gonna feel good after a little while. So keep that weight close, like holding a baby. You've got your thumb on your collarbone and the weight is nice and snug. So gentle, so cute. All right, the other variation of a single arm clean is going to be a swing clean. So just like with the swing, you're starting to get all this. Swing clean, two-hand swing clean, swing snatch maybe in the future. We're getting there. You're gonna start with a weight about a foot in front of you, shoulder width apart. Again, grab the inside corner of the bell, pack that lat, use that momentum, and swing it in the front rack. Now you can either go back to the floor, whoop, or continuous. Look at that. That's when you can switch sides. How crazy is it? Oh my God, we're starting to put things together. We're doing a single arm swing and a single arm swing clean. It's so crazy. Pretty soon, we're gonna be doing complexes and you're all gonna be like, what's going on? I'm so good at this. Oh my God, thank you so much, Adam. You're the best. All right, so here's the single arm swing clean from the side. Remember, the exact same setup you've done for all the other things. Shoulder width apart, hit that booty back, grab the inside of the bell, pat that lat, swing it into a front rack, into a front rack, switch sides and into front rack. Hey guys, how you feeling? I'm feeling great. Hey Adam, how are you feeling? I'm pretty freaking tired because I just filmed like 30 minutes worth of content for you guys and I'm sweating like crazy even though I'm only using a 24 kilo. All right, so we have done a swing and a single arm swing. We have done a two-hand clean, two-hand swing clean, single arm clean, single arm swing clean, and now we're doing the coolest of them all. Although not really my favorite. I do like it a lot and it looks really badass and it's great for building up nasty shoulders, lots of explosive power. We're gonna do a snatch. Guess where the weight's gonna go if you're doing a dead snatch? That's right between your feet. adjust your hat, kick your hips back, grab that kettlebell in the inside corner of the bell. You're gonna pack that lat and you're gonna explode and press up to the sky. You can either lower it in the front rack like this, that's a half snatch, or you can go back to the floor with it. Wow, there's 2 different ways you can do that too. Oh my God, there's so many different variations out of it. How crazy is this? It's so crazy. I feel like I'm going crazy. Let's do this one more time. Weights between your feet, hips and back. Don't forget to show off those quads if you got them. Grab the inside corner of that bell, get nice and snug in there, and be explosive, baby. Oh yeah. Back to front rack, back to the floor. Let's do it again. Whoa, that's so smooth, dude. Bam, to the floor. All right, so just like with the clean, you're gonna want to loosen your grip just a little bit on that snatch, because as that bell gets punched up to the sky, it's gonna wanna rotate. And if you're gripping the ever-living crap out of it, it's gonna smack your forearm because gravity's gonna do its thing. So keep your grip a little bit loose, right around here. Okay, sound good? Now let's do the same thing from the side. Remember, start with the bell between the feet, kick them hips back, grab the inside corner of that bell, pack that lat, and let her rip, baby. Oh yeah. Same thing, hips back, grab the inside corner of the bell, snug in there, and power that bad boy right up to the top. Yeah. So it's all a big punching motion. I know I'm being really silly, but this is kind of how I like to do my things. I like to live my life one silly quote at a time. Anyways, I hope that makes sense to you guys. Lower back in the front rack, and back to the floor. And next, we're going to do a swing snatch. All right, this will be the last move in our extravaganza of learning new things with kettlebells. So this is a single arm swing snatch. So with the swing snatch, it's just like a swing clean. You're gonna use that momentum from those hips, boom, lots of power, to pop that weight overhead. Just like with the clean, do not let that bell get too far away from you. You want the kettlebell to be at the midline of your body, or as close to the midline of your body as you could possibly keep it. You don't want it to get way out here. When you're doing a snatch, you want the weight to come straight up overhead. You don't want it to go out and then fall, and then you have a big nasty bruise and you're really sad, and then you message me on Instagram and say, Adam, why do I have bruises on my forearms? That's why. All right, so let's move on to swing snatch. You're gonna start shoulder width apart, kick your hips back, inside corner of the bell, pack the lat, use momentum, and power that weight up. Easy peasy, right? Same thing, you can either drop it in the front rack or go up, bring it back, and back to the floor. So let's do the same thing from the side. All right, so you guys know the setup. We've been over the setup 100 times already in the last like 30 minutes. Feet shoulder width apart, hips back, load your hammies, grab the inside corner of the bell, pack the lat. Remember, you can get on your toes just a little bit. It is a triple extension explosive movement. I do sometimes, but not so much with a swing snatch, because with a swing snatch, it's going overhead and you want as much stability, as much like planted on the ground as you can. Just watch. So, inside corner of the bell, let her rip, punch up to the sky, punch up to the sky, punch up to the sky. Keep that elbow nice and close. Don't let that bell get too far away. It's easy as that. Whew. Boy's getting tired now. Either lower the front rack and then take it to the floor. Bam, we did it. All right guys, so you just learned how to do a swing, a clean, a snatch, and all of its variations. Those are like really the foundation of kettlebell training. So when it comes to learning how to do any of these other movements, if you don't know how to do those big three, then it's gonna be really hard for you to really progress to anything else. I know that I was being like silly and goofy and stuff, but it's just who I am sometimes. But yeah, I think you all should learn how to do this. If you want to really learn how to progress your training, then you need to learn the big three, and there you have it. So go over this video. If you have any any questions for me, obviously ask away, ask in the comments. If you want to see anything else, let me know also. I'm going to try to do a video on complexes next and how you kind of like tie all this stuff in. So I'll do that on the next one. I appreciate you all. Thanks for all the comments, all the feedback. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. What's up, guys? I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below what you'd like to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.